Okay, Gebhardt's up. He says, I find your concept in your course of Content Kingpin very interesting, but I have a question. It is clear that with NoFollowLinks, there is no problem with Linkjuice. But as I know, it is a fact that domain authority is also influenced by NoFollowLinks. So is there a loss of DA with co-citation? I don't know, because I don't measure that, and I really don't care, Gebhardt. I'm not trying to sound rude, but I just don't care about domain authority anymore, because we just don't use that as a metric to rank anymore at all. I mean, it's kind of nice to know those metrics, I guess, but we stopped trying to manipulate domain authority for ranking like over 2 years ago. So to be honest with you, I don't. Maybe Marco or somebody else here can answer that question and give you a specific answer, but it's not something that I track anymore. So I just, you know, I don't know, and I don't really care. Not that your question is not important. I'm just saying I don't care about domain authority, so it's not something I track. Anybody got any insight on that?
No, because we're after power. We're not after domain authority, trust flow, or whatever kind of metric you want to come up with that kind of tries to figure out what Google might, could, should, would want to do at some point with whatever it is that you're doing, which makes no sense. The only thing that makes sense is whether it's relevant and how much power you're pushing through. It'll push through do follow, no follow, push power. I mean, the whole concept again of the SEO time machine or RYS Academy was just raw power to wherever it is that you wanted it to go. We never bothered looking at domain authority, trust flow, or whatever else you might have, because the inherent metrics of what we were using, we knew were through the roof. Now, where you might care about domain authority is when you start seeing those numbers above 60, above 80. If you can get there, I mean, more power to you, because I mean you have a gold mine. But that's not because of the metric. It's because of the power that your website can shoot wherever you want, let's say, right? You have a loaded gun and you can aim it anywhere you want with 60 plus, 80 plus, and you don't really care about Google. But that's the only time that I look at it. Otherwise, I just concentrate. It has to be relevant, and I need to power it up.
Good answer. Anyone else?
Learn so much from you guys every time I'm on these things.
That's awesome, Bill.
I was thinking that domain authority was out 2 years ago, like you said, and I thought that everyone was going a different direction. So I was like, yeah, that's what I heard. So, well.
Yeah, I mean, about 2 years ago, from about 3 years ago to 2 years ago. So for, well, about a year and a half, I mean, that was like the #1 metric to try to manipulate. And if you knew how to do it, you could just crush it. But Google kind of put the smackdown on that because it became, you know, it became just like every other SEO tactic, right? it became saturated, and so they put a stop to it. They closed that loophole. And so that's why, like, domain authority to me, and like Marco said, a lot of those metrics now, guys, remember those metrics, every one of them, trust flow, citation flow, Moz trust, domain authority, all those kind of metrics, guys, are proprietary metrics. They're educated and well-educated guesses. You know, I agree. I'll give you that. They're well-educated, well-researched guesses, but they're still just guesses from each one of those proprietary platforms, Moz, Ahrefs, Majestic, that they think they know what Google's algorithm is looking at. It's like their replacement to PageRank, right? So again, those are all proprietary metrics, and so which one of them is right? Or, you know what I mean? Because if you look at Majestic and in Ahrefs and in Moz, you're going to get vastly different results for all three of them. And so which one is the one that you should follow? And how do you know which one to follow? And so that's why we eventually stopped worrying about all that. We just focus now on relevancy, trust, and authority, and traffic signals, because that's a major ranking signal now as well.
Yeah. Yeah, if I could add to what you were saying, Bradley, I think that also domain authority and page authority, I think that a lot of people are still quote unquote fixated on those metrics. And the reality is that I see it a lot like PageRank. You guys remember when Google used to push PageRank updates, like public PageRank, right? With the caveat that it's not Google's, you know, it's just Moz. And the problem with that is that Moz will update the public domain authority or page authority once every month, and sometimes not even that. So by the time you get that information, that's outdated, right? It's like taking a picture when you need to see you know, a film or a movie. You're taking a picture and you're saying, okay, so I'm going to base my entire SEO or decisions that I make base it on SEO on that picture, right? So that's why I personally don't go with domain authority. Like metrics, again, are a third-party way of telling you what's going on kind of with your website. But the thing with domain authority and page authority is that they are so easily, you know, tampered or skewed, if you will.
Manipulated.
You know, manipulated, because we have like literally pushed domain authority 20, 30 points with spam or for a brand new domain or with subdomains, right? So you need to have that in mind. Like when a metric is so easily manipulated, you need to have that in mind. Trust flow, citation flow, they can still be manipulated. That's why we are going into something deeper, which is, like you were saying, traffic signals, which they're crushing it right now, of metrics to tell you what's going on. At the end of the day, these are all, I would like to say, vanity metrics, right? Because you want more traffic and you want more conversions. You know, you want better rankings, of course, but you want more traffic and you want more conversions. So focus on that. That would be my take.
Yeah, your vanity metrics should always be your check, your PayPal account, your Stripe account.
How much you deposit in the bank on a weekly basis. That's your domain authority right there, baby.
There you go.
Real quick question on that topic, real quick. Now, what about like us passing links around inside of YouTube? You know what I mean? Like YouTube link to one video to another video.
Yeah, that's super powerful. Right. But here's why, Bill. The reason why that's so powerful is because, first of all, like internal like comment links, and also like I know if we look at a link in a video description, it's going to show as NoFollow. But I don't know this to be sure because I don't work for Google, but I believe that internal links from like one YouTube video to another, or to another channel, or a playlist, whatever, to another YouTube property are do follow links. And I know in the comment section they are when they link over to other YouTube properties. And so that, yeah, because they're do follow links, you can actually, you know, and it's an internal link. So it's like having support, like each individual video, right, in YouTube is like a supporting article in a blog, right? And so, and so that's why. So it's all that link juice is contained within that same site.
Okay, so so they would consider those links to have high domain authority then?
Yes,
because you can't manipulate those.
No, you can't manipulate domain authority as far as page authority is. YouTube domain authority, I believe, is 100, right? So it's maxed out. So there's nothing else to do there. But the page authority of individual videos or channels can be manipulated as well, and that can be powerful because now again you can push that page authority from one video to another or to a playlist or whatever else.
Right. Okay. Just wondered. Yep.
But with NoFollow links, I really don't know, and to be honest with you, like that's what Marco was talking about, Gebhardt, with like, you know, once you get into like 60 plus or like especially like 80 plus domain authority, now that's where you have some significant power to work with. And so like with Bill's question inside of YouTube, that's why there's a lot of power in there. And so it's good to build page authority on those types of pages because you can redirect. And again, when domain authority is really high, like it is in YouTube, it's 100, page authority can rise or accumulate very quickly. So if you had a domain authority, you know, 10 domain, and you tried to accumulate page authority on a particular page, you could end up getting your site smacked because unless you had some incredibly powerful links pointing at it and just you know what I mean, really relevant, powerful links. But with YouTube, because it's 100 domain authority, you can spam away on an individual video watch page, you know, video URL, and raise the page authority very quickly. And then you can drop a link in the comment section of that video over to another video and kind of redirect much of that juice over to the other video. And so that's a very powerful strategy for YouTube, but that's different than what he was asking about. So
yeah.